I'm honored, privileged, and humbled to welcome you today to this Interfaith Week event, Faith and the Big Society. What is this big society? I have been reading. The vision is, it is said, we know that the best ideas come from the ground up and not the top down. We know that when you give people and communities more power over their lives, more power to come together and work together to make life better, great things happen. That's our Prime Minister. Actions. Remove bureaucratic burdens. Empower people to take action. Make public bodies and services transparent. Strengthen democratic accountability. Let local people control public spending. Diversify the supply of services. And it is said, the big society consists of 3 strands. Public sector reform, what the state can do for us. Community empowerment, what can we do for ourselves. Philanthropic action, what can we do for others. 3 basic methods of government can act on to build big society. I'm informed: decentralization, transparency, social finance. The government guidelines outline a number of proposals. Support for social enterprise, strengthening local participation, transformation from civil to civic duty by making volunteering part of staff appraisals. Savings are to be made through abolition of many quangos in arts, health, education, business, economy, home office, and the environment. The Equality and Human Rights Commission has also been accused of wastefulness by the Home Secretary and faces further cuts. 120 billion of savings are needed over 5 years. We need efficiency for governance and strategy, risk management and performance. Civil society is expected to play a greater role, and so it goes on. As per the official website of our Prime Minister, his letter to Birmingham Mail readers stated, we have to have a new and bold approach to our economy. Over the past decade, so much of our country's growth, wealth, and prosperity was concentrated in one part of the country. That's why one of the main aims of this coalition government is to rebalance our economy so that every region, every city, every town can share in our growing prosperity, i.e. decentralization. We are going to achieve that by getting behind business and driving private sector growth. This means doing 3 things: freeing enterprise to compete, topping the endless rise of red tape, and getting business taxes down. Improve the infrastructure that underpins our regional economies, from transport projects to new technology colleges. New regional growth fund to support private sector growth. The new government civil society agenda, the big society, therefore expands existing initiatives to improve society by empowering local communities. Voluntary organizations, local councils, faith communities, friendly societies, cooperatives, and social enterprises are being asked to work together. However, the ease of implementing these proposals in reality may prove more difficult. And without a massive cultural shift, the big society may never reach governmental statute, and Britain may remain little after all. Let me take you to the global scenario. The world's 6 billion and increasing population faces a global crisis identified by the 8 UN Millennium Development Goals. We are confronted with global financial meltdown, continuing extremism, threats to individual and national security, erosion of values, and the scourge of unending war fueled by vested interests. Mind-boggling advancement in technology and communications, together with the power of marketing and reality TV, now hold unprecedented potential to influence our thinking for better or for worse. In this global scenario, what would really make a world of difference? Everything crucially depends, I am convinced, on a qualitative change deep in the human psyche. To activate this, our shared global heritage of spirituality offers timeless wisdom. True practitioners have shown what seismic change can be generated through harnessing spiritual attributes for the common good. composition of the big society, the human individual is the most crucial, vital constituent or component of the big society. Society is the sum total of many individuals resonating together and working for the common, not individual good. The individual is the weakest link of society's or humanity's chain. Empowering the individual empowers the family, community, society, and humanity at large. The faith perspective. What is the role of religions? In my understanding, the role of faith or religions within the big society is 1, to unite, promote unification and resolve conflict. 2, to guide and inspire for higher goals through mobilization of virtues such as compassion, forgiveness, truthfulness, contentment, selflessness, righteousness, humility, love, benevolence, service, and accountability. 3, to plan and envision, to look far, plan life in this world and even plan life hereafter. Number 4, discard culture of possessiveness and ownership. Conserve for posterity, leave behind a rich legacy. 5th, seek and promote happiness through song, music, art, and sports. 6th, establish peace within self, within family, within community, nationally, internationally, globally. Those to me are the points. That is the role of the religions. Motivate and empower. We talk about the big society. To my thinking, we have a mini society within a family. A good family stands for father and mother, I love you. If you have a good family, you have a good mini micro society. What is one required to do within the family? To have respect for each other, trust for each other, sacrifice for each other. If you have a good family, you will inevitably have good community. If you have good community, you will necessarily have a good nation. It is as simple as that. I envision big society as being a big family. The whole human race is one big family. Recognize all the human race as one family, says our 10th Guru. All mortal beings have emanated from one and the same light. God is the master of millions of universes, giver of life to all beings, and the sustainer of it. So the connotations of the big society are different to those of the big family. The ethos, concepts, and connotations of family are kinship, love, sacrifice, responsibility, selflessness, self-reliance, allegiance, and peace. Now, societal connotations are citizenship, law and order, discipline, police action, rights may be devoid of human kindness, vested interests, some selfishness, some lack of trustworthiness, lack of credibility. These can spell gloom and doom. If one is to change, maybe we have to look and substitute family for society, the big family. The whole ethos changes. Individual and individuals, one must battle within oneself to reform before one can battle within society to bring about a change. How can one battle within oneself? Well, faith has an important role to play. Human beings are, we are informed, species of 8.4 million in this globe, on this globe. The humans are the most evolved. They are endowed with reasoning power. They are able to make right or wrong choices. The empowerment of the self is therefore very important, and faith equips us with values to do just that. Within the secular context, knowledge through education also empowers us. So we are looking for a new consciousness. Our wider vision is to enrich secular life through propagation and practice of spiritual values, through interhuman dialogue. Humanity owes much to the international interfaith efforts. What will make a world of difference? A new consciousness for the new scenario and new issues. How is this new consciousness to be nurtured? 1. Realize and appreciate the infinite context. Love unconditionally. Do not blame or condemn. Exercise compassion and forgiveness. Practice benevolence and loving sacrifice. Conquer the ego and embrace humility. Harness the power of sharing. Value identity and interdependence. Commit to interfaith engagement. Relinquish ownership and conserve for posterity. I will stop here. The challenge is tremendous. Religions have been doing the big society agenda for centuries. It is not a new discovery. I see no gloom and doom. I see opportunities knocking. But to make a success of it, we will need good vision and good leadership, frugality, curbing of excessive waste, stopping the erosion of values, eradicating the culture of despondency, mobilization of community spirit and volunteering, encouraging self-help, cooperatives, coalitions, and partnerships, inspiring, informing, empowering, and promoting self-reliance, harnessing spiritual values and educational knowledge. Our first Guru, Guru Nanak, promoted this concept over 500 years ago. The tradition of langar involves equality and sharing food with everyone. We have been an envious model of self-help, self-reliance, and community participation through the provision of 5 centers for excellence here, which have been delivering what the big society is seeking for over 30 years in the inner city depressed area of Handsworth, Birmingham. We are here to answer questions, to deliberate, and see what we can do about the challenge. Thank you.